Welcome to Optimal Timelines. I am your guide, Sean, and helping you to connect to your most optimal future timeline. So monthly Tarotscope readings for August 2022 for your North Node by sign and house. And remember, the reason I use the North Node as opposed to your Sun, Moon, or Ascendant is because it is your North Star. It is the thing that we are supposed to learn and practice in this lifetime. So it's much more relevant to your everyday life. Now, a big thing happening this month, end of July into August, is the Uranus-Mars North Node conjunction in Taurus. Lots of changes on the global level and for all of us. And what I always say to my clients and friends about their North Node is, when you follow your North Node path and you're on path for your lifetime and what you're supposed to learn, transits, even difficult transits, are much more easy and smooth for your life. So that's the key right there. So let's get into the readings. So this is a monthly Tarotscope reading for August 2022 for North Node in Pisces and or the 12th house. Remember, watch two videos. Watch one for your North Node by sign and one for your North Node by house. And while I'm shuffling, I want to invite you to take some deep breaths, relax into the reading, and open yourself up in your energy field so that you can receive the information that's going to be most helpful and relevant to you. So let's get into the reading. I'm going to connect now. I call upon my spirit guides and guardians and the wisdom of my ancestors to bring forth the information that's true and correct for all who see this reading, that it may bring them the most beautiful, happy life possible and set them on their most optimal future timeline. So may it be. North Node in Pisces and or the 12th house. Okay, so the spread on this side of the table is the first half of the month, represents the first half from the 1st to the 15th, and then this one represents the 16th of the month to the end. Now, your overall theme card is you received the Fool reversed. Now, interesting thing, this is for you, I'm feeling a multi-level card and theme. Number one, I'm getting the theme of new beginnings, okay, new beginnings and starting things and like things being refreshed, like hitting the refresh button on the computer screen. I am getting that also. Also, I'm getting for you Pisces North Nodes or the 12th house North Nodes is opening up to the universal energies and opening up to the flow. That's one of the big things that you're learning in this lifetime, is you're learning there is a rhythm, there's a flow, the circadian rhythms of day and night, and there's a rhythm with planetary transits and planetary alignments, and everything has a flow. And for you in this lifetime, this is really about kind of connecting to that. Now, getting into the first half of the month, we're going to take the first part of this reversed Fool card. We're going to talk about new beginnings. As I said, it is reversed, and then you have the reversed Sun here, okay, and the reversed Ace of Pentacles. Now, the reversed Sun card, as I've said many times, for me personally, is a card that is beneficial both reversed and upright. The reversed energy can be like a delay, or there's a delay in the energies, or things have to still develop, or it could be that there is a kind of a struggle getting there, but it's still positive. And so I think these things are developing. So the first half of the month, what I'm seeing is that there is this somewhat of a struggle or seemingly delay in doing this new beginning. So it's like a weird mixture of like positivity and optimism, but yet still kind of trying to get into the flow. It's like if you've ever experienced, like musicians, athletes, performers of many levels talk about getting into the zone, that flow zone, okay? And getting in when you're in there, and I think all of us at certain times have just been in the flow, but getting there sometimes is like, this is what you're learning to do. You're learning to almost at will put yourself in that state. So this first half, this first 2 weeks is there's going to be opportunities for you to do that. And with this reversed Ace of Pentacles, it's like, for a lot of you, it's, financial goals, physical goals in your life, very, very, physical things. I mean, you are coming from your South Node in an Earth sign, South Node in Virgo. And so it's like getting in the flow, putting your dreams, making them reality. And it's almost like I'm getting the feeling of like, you have one foot on the ground and in reality, and 1 foot in non-reality, which is not a bad thing. That is really what you're learning. You're learning to bring the non-physical into the physical. Okay, that's one of the things you're doing. So it's good to have your feet on in both aspects. Now, you've got the Chariot as the end up. So the finality card for this 2 weeks. So I'm seeing this first 2 weeks of August movement forward. Don't be discouraged if there seems to be a little struggle, because what it is it's getting into the flow. Here is an analogy. If you've ever, when I was a kid, one of the things I would do, which would drive my mom crazy, was I would love to, if we were at a restaurant or something, I would take whatever I was drinking, like the beverage, a glass of water, let's say, and I would, if I'm stirring in like sugar in iced tea or whatever it is, and when you start to stir liquid in a bowl or in some sort of a vessel like a glass, the whole water starts to flow in a certain direction, so you spin it, you try to create vortexes or whatever, and you see the water spinning. But if you would try to reverse the spin, it was really tough. Like you'd have to go slow, otherwise the liquid would splash out. And if you try to reverse the direction, that's kind of like getting in the flow. So at first, your life, there may be a certain flow to it. And what you're doing is you're getting it into the flow that's going to be for your optimal timeline. And so at first, that's why I'm seeing the struggle. It's like, but once you get that momentum going, you're going to see that it's going to, like, I see a lot of you are going to get into the flow this month. Now, especially this first 2 weeks. Now, the two advice cards you got, wow, really powerful. Okay, you got the Knight of Swords. This is moving forward with purpose and moving forward now, like all systems go. And then you have the Empress here. Okay, so all systems go, and this is part of your flow state, is getting into this beautiful connection to, it doesn't matter what form of spirituality that you have, because really in this lifetime, and I'm not talking about religion per se, okay, but really for North Nodes in Pisces in the 12th house, it's really important to develop some sort of connection to the non-physical, meaning that not everything, like humans can only see a very small spectrum of light. What we see, feel, touch, and experience on the physical level, yeah, it's important and beautiful, but it is only a very small portion of what is in the universe, what is all around us. We can only see a small spectrum of light. We can only hear a small spectrum of sound. So what this is that the Empress this is connecting. She is connected to the earth. She's connected to her heart, Venus, and the crown of stars on her head and the gold scepter is showing that she has this connection to the divine universe. Okay? And so that is really what is happening. All systems go first 2 weeks. Now, the second half of the month, okay, from the 16th on, you have the Tower reversed, and you've got the Four of Wands reversed here. So Tower reversed, Four of Wands reversed, and also the Six of Swords reversed. And so what I think is happening for the second half of the month is that there is something that is going to come up that is going to challenge your flow state. And the reason that's important is because if we're trying to learn something and the universe, or let's just say circumstances around us, make it easy to do, like, oh, okay, I can do this in a perfect, like I'm a great sailor. I can sail a small craft. Yeah, you can do it when, maybe like the weather's perfect and the water's not too choppy but what about like when the stormy weather hits? So the thing about learning our north nodes and learning our path forward in this lifetime is there are challenges that come up. So I think that there's something, for some of you, it could be something that you have to work through, something from the past, something that is maybe trying to put a damper with the Four of Wands reversed into some sort of like you want to, and you feel this need to, celebrate life and move forward. And I feel like, don't let this, because with the Six of Swords reversed, this is like not being able to move away from troubles. And so I feel a lot of this has to do with the past, because, these people are moving away from rough waters onto better shores. Okay. So a lot of this is like going to be like a mental struggle. For some of you, it could be physical, but something from the past is going to try to get you out of the flow state. So you're going to be challenged. And your two advice cards are really interesting. You have the Knight of Pentacles reversed. Excuse me. The Knight of Pentacles reversed, and the Queen of Pentacles upright. Now, what I'm seeing for this is that the challenge for you in navigating this is making sure you don't revert back to stuck patterns of thinking, patterns of feeling, patterns of being, okay? So this is like making sure, this Knight of Pentacles reverse is like, don't get stuck in the mud. Don't get stuck in old patterns. And again, we have a card that relates very much to the Empress. We have the Queen of Pentacles, okay? And the Queen of Pentacles is telling you that getting in your flow state is, again, actually, this is telling me, okay, so how can you help get into the flow state? That this is going to be super helpful. Okay, the Queen of Pentacles is telling me this. The way you get into your flow state, one way, because there's not just one way, but this is one way you can do it, is stop pausing for a moment, and that's what the Knight of Pentacles is telling you. But pausing, not to get stuck in old patterns, but taking some deep breaths and saying, okay, there's a situation, process whatever is coming through before you act or react. Process what's coming through. You take some deep breaths and connect to the physical things around you that will help calm you. So for example, to get in the flow state, sometimes you just take a pause, walk outside, take some deep breaths, drink a nice cold beverage, of your choice. I'm not saying alcohol per se, but like a cold glass of water or a warm beverage or wherever, whatever is going to soothe you. And just, even just taking a pause. Sometimes it could even mean like, okay, you know what? I'm just going to jump in the shower and just anything you can, take a swim, whatever, to get back in that flow state. And then you breathe into it. And then you're saying, okay, how do I want to, instead of reacting to whatever's going on around me, how do I want to respond? And then you check am I responding in old patterns, or do I want to go in a new direction? So you're essentially letting whatever is happening, you're responding to it, and you're not letting it stay in you, because that's where I've noticed for me too, that we can get knocked back into old patterns very easily if we're not kind of being diligent. So that's what this is saying here, okay? So, good things. And I really feel like most of you are going to be able to, navigate this month and pass with flying colors. So again, the Fool reversed, new beginnings and getting into the flow of things and staying in that flow state. That's really going to be key for you. How can I, hour by hour, day by day, kind of stay in that good flow state? Well, not ignoring situations that need response around you, but responding to them in a way that is going to be very proactive and yet not stuck in old patterns. So anyway, great stuff for you this month. If you have any questions, please reach out in the comments. I love interacting with you. Thank you so much for watching, liking, sharing, and subscribing. If you could hit that like button, it really helps the algorithms and helps the channel out. And if you'd like a personal reading, there will be some information. There'll be a link in the description box below. I could give you some more information on that, and we could look at your chart individually. So thanks again for watching, and we'll see you on some more videos. Many blessings.